You ever have a child with an emotional vampire? The whole parenting relationship is about them getting revenge on you. It's never about the kids. Y'all never have a conversation about the children. If you've ever had children with an emotional vampire, the relationship has nothing to do with the kids. All they want to do is suck, and drain your happiness. They want to see you miserable. Emotional vampire will suck the life out of your ass. How do you hold a grudge on someone you claim to love? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. How you gonna hold a grudge with your so-called soulmate? And let me drop the science on the soulmate. He is not your soulmate if y'all not spiritually compatible. Pow! She is not your soulmate unless y'all are spiritually compatible. Pow! The problem with us is we will see a small waist and a big ass and say, that's my soulmate because the sex is so good. That's my soulmate because the fellatio is so good. That's my soulmate because she makes me laugh. Those are all superficial measurements. Food, sex, important, but a woman don't become your soulmate because she got good sex. And a man doesn't become your soulmate because he helps you feel good about yourself. In order to be your soulmate, they must be spiritually compatible. How the hell you got a soulmate and you don't even like each other? You talking about this is my soulmate and you holding grudges. Passive aggressive person. You trying to destroy him behind his back and that's your soulmate. You trying to destroy her behind her back, that's your soulmate. You got 25 bank accounts she don't even know about and that's your soulmate. Y'all need to stop. Brothers and sisters, y'all need to stop. Brothers and sisters, y'all need to stop. If you cannot forgive, you cannot be married. If you can't forgive, you can't be married. If you can't forgive, you can't be married. I don't know what else to tell you. If you are a grudge holder, if that is your personality type, if you don't know how to let shit go, why are you getting married? He's going to make mistakes, and it doesn't have to be cheating. There will be other mistakes made. She's going to make mistakes. It doesn't have to be infidelity, but mistakes are going to be made. And if you don't have a personality that allows somebody to say, I'm sorry, and you can say, I forgive you, why are you getting married? Human beings are imperfect by nature. We are put on earth to become perfect. We are sent here imperfect, and the purpose of life is to become perfect in fulfilling your destiny. So if you are one of those people, when somebody do something wrong, you spend your whole life trying to get revenge. When somebody do something wrong, you will spend your last dime to embarrass that person. When somebody hurts you, you will go out of your way to humiliate that person. You don't have a personality or a spiritual inclination that is conducive to forgiveness and compassion. You don't need to marry anyone. Because every time they do something, you're going to take psychological note of it, and it's going to affect and impact your dedication to that union. You got to be able to forgive. How many times should you forgive? As many times as necessary. That's right. Mistakes will be made. And if you ain't someone who can ignore some little small stuff and forgive some of the bigger stuff, you don't need no relationship. That's the problem with a lot of us. That's the problem with a lot of us. We don't have the personality for compassion. We don't have the personality for sympathy. We don't have the personality for empathy, but we want to get married. If you can't forgive, why do you want a lifelong union with another imperfect being? If you don't know how to forgive, why do you want a lifelong union with another imperfect person? Facts. Forgiveness is absolutely necessary for happiness in a marriage to exist. Forgiveness is absolute. Forgiveness clears the negative air. Forgiveness allows you to start over. Forgiveness embraces the fact that you're not perfect and neither am I. Forgiveness said, I know you're going to mess up and I know I'm going to mess up. So let me forgive you now so you can forgive me later. Forgive. I understand I'm capable of doing to you the same thing you did to me. And the reason we don't want to forgive, you know why we don't want to forgive? Because we think we so much of the shit. We think we so much of the shit. We think our doo-doo don't stink. The reason we don't want to forgive our partner, because your ego starts screaming in your head, who is she to do that to me? Who is he to do that to me? And so your ego got you thinking that you're more important in this relationship than the other person. That's why we don't forgive. We don't forgive because we say, I have a right to offend you because I'm better than you. But you don't have a right to offend me because I'm better than you. You're less than me, so you must forgive. I'm greater than you. I don't have to forgive. A grudge is one of the favorite conditions of the ego. A grudge is one of the favorite conditions of the ego. If you have a grudge holding problem, if you have a lack of forgiveness problem, I can almost guarantee you that your ego is unhealthy and bruised. An unhealthy ego, a scorned and abused ego cannot forgive and cannot forget. And those type of people don't need to get married because you become an emotional vampire. You become an emotional vampire. How many of us have dated emotional vampires? How many of us have married emotional vampires? How many of us have children with emotional vampires? How are you going to be spiritually compatible with an emotional vampire? Put their ass in a mental health hospital for emotional vampirism. You gotta forgive.
If we want the respect of our women and our children back, we're gonna have to stand up and in some cases, die for it. The white man has gotten arrogant with his disrespect of black women and children. He's gotten arrogant as hell because we don't stand up the way we used to stand up.